Hello, welcome everybody. We do have a brand new patch. Ability Arena 1.5 dev blog has just been released. So there's no longer a Pudge, there's a Boomer, and then Bloodseeker's being added. Those are the two big changes that I've seen. So welcome Bloodseeker and Boomer to the game. Alson's fan here, going to try and release these dev blogs with each big update we make to the game. If you enjoy stuff like these, please let us know. The full change on for 1.5 can be found here. We'll open that up in a second. I'm going to break some of it down and talk more in depth behind the decisions made. So this was the video that got released. Just a bunch of weird stuff and then a hype video. Good things. Good things. Pudge is very sad. I want to believe that they made the sounds for that. So we have the Boomer, and we have
Blood calls.
He runs through in a second. So let's find out what these two do. So remove Pudge because everyone hated him. That one is kind of self-explanatory. Boomer is all about tanking up. We think he offers some interesting gameplay decisions, including things like general lineup compositions as well as formations. Building more than one or two tanks should be viable, while also creating a blink sacrifice hero is something we hope people will explore. Interesting. So Bile Explosion. Ally heroes will explode on death, dealing damage in area. Damage dealt is a percentage of the damage taken that round. After exploding, a puddle of bile will remain on the ground that will cause enemies to take extra damage. Debuff is stackable. So what that means is that you can have multiple rounds of the bile dealing damage. And I'm assuming, is the puddle of bile also a percentage of the damage taken? I'd assume so. Maybe not, though. Radius 350. Pretty big radius, particularly for an ability arena area. Puddle lasts for 5 seconds. The damage in the puddle is pure. Okay. Damage percent 20%. Damage application 20%. Bloodseeker, based on the god. I mean, so initial thoughts on Boomer. Strength heroes were already good. Does this make them even better? Probably. And then it makes healing way better. Because that's the big thing, right? Is that you can take way more damage. So Bloodseeker. Based on the gods we initially released, spellcasting was a very popular focus for players, even though right-clicking was still very viable. We felt adding another god that catered to physical carry would be a real receive. You want your unit to die last, but you still need to protect them from any backline jumpers. So Blood Frenzy. Each ally hero death will enfrenzy selected unit with attack speed and lifesteal. Attack speed per stack, lifesteal per stack. Interesting. So this is another one of those. This might be one of those where you like take a 1v4 possibility, right? You take like Snapfire, Huskar as your two backline like right clickers or something like that as tanks, and then you have two frontline tanks, and you just have a mid agi hero that's just there to like pop a bunch. It's weird though. Heroes are free for everyone as far as I know. So these are kind of, I think, the changes in the Dota patch that are like, or in Ability Arena patch that's like, okay, we, added a hero, or we, I mean, that's pretty obvious, or we changed a hero around completely. Like Boomer to me feels like just a new version of Pudge, kind of, but different, I guess. But the new spells, this is where we're really going to see a difference in how the game is played, if it's going the way that I would imagine it would go. So new spells, Flesh Heap. Before you get too excited, you do not gain strength until the super. Either way, the damage block alone will be a huge addition to any tank lineup, and if you're able to get the super, you can have your own mini centaur god in a pinch. So Flesh Heap gives the hero a guaranteed damage block against all types of damage, passively grants bonus strength that increases each time this hero kills an enemy hero or it dies in their vicinity. Is this has to be retroactive, right? You do not gain strength until the super. So I'm assuming that this is all retroactive. But maybe not. It might not be. And grants giant ring? Okay. Does not gain strength permanently until super. Maybe it means that you actually just don't get it and you don't get it retroactively. That could be. Interesting. So really good strength. We need to see what gets taken out. Because like this type of thing with a dispersion, for instance, is insane. Right? Because you're adding damage block on top of damage mitigation. We felt that the game was lacking attack speed, so we thought the spell would be a fun addition. It has some similar functions to Overcharge, which was buffed, but we give a little bit more attack speed at the cost of HP. Blood seems like a flak build around. Flak, I'm guessing Necrold has probably changed. Probably. So, Blood Rage. Apparently somebody bought one. You get up to 150 attack speed, but you lose 2% of your max health, and then you also gain Spell Lamp. So the Spell Lamp portion of this is also very interesting. I don't know if it's 2 plus enemy, plus 2 enemies in range. That could be 10 strength per round, so having it be retroactive would be a huge jump. Yeah, I agree. And I don't think it can be now that I'm thinking about it more. When cast, also gives the closest ally hero within 800 units Blood Rage. Plus 25 attack speed and plus 8% spell lamp. So you get up to 175 and 38%. And you also give it to the closest ally hero. So attack speed and spell lamp. Now, the thing that's kind of cool about this is there's a lot of compositions that I build where I will have a right-click damage dealer next to, like, relatively next to my, like, magic damage dealing, spell spammer or whatever. So that's kind of cool that you can do both of those together. You can probably put this on an indie hero, and then eventually when it gets to the super, you're buffing up your carry too. Attacks from heroes with the Blood Rage now is to deal 0.18 of the target's maximum health is pure damage, and heals for the same amount. So that's the shard. And hero always casts Blood Rage on themselves. Astral Spirit is a very cool spell. After a bit of delay, your unit will gain a massive amount of damage. Raw damage is hard to come by in our mode, so we hope people enjoy this one. It's been nerfed compared to its Dota counterpart, but it should still be quite strong, especially against Kana pickers. Absolutely. So I was just thinking. So you get bonus armor for creeps 0.5, heroes 1.5. Bonus damage is 3 and 4. Bonus speed 5%. 10-second buff duration. Damage 50. That's the initial damage that gets done by the spirit being on him. Duration 10, 275. And the super is plus 40 damage. So doubling the damage from heroes and adding, what, 33% of the damage on creeps? That's pretty intense. When Astral Spirit returns, it also gains 2 seconds of spell immunity for hero. Okay, very simple. Like that. We heard you. The first round can be very long if you played a game a bunch of times. With this, you'll be able to skip the wait. Assuming the rest of the lobby also confirms. Great. We will be continuing to collect feedback regarding the round timers as we go forward. Keep in mind we hear plenty of feedback from both sides. Newer players wanting longer rounds, and veterans wanting the opposite. I've talked about this a ton. It's important to us to find solutions that will fit both sides, and that's kind of it. AI fixed a lot of AI issues. This patch, we still have a lot more work to do. There were a lot of spells that had this rule, cast on a random enemy. Seems simple enough, but sometimes the units would walk across the entire map trying to do so. This rule is replaced with cast on a random enemy in range. Nice, like that. Keep in mind these rules only apply to certain spells, but 2 of the worst offenders include Chaotic Offering and Spirit Lance. Also note that these AI rules will not affect buff spells, which we've created our own set of rules to overrule the base. Also, Focus Fire has been fixed to not start attacking another enemy nearby unless they have this debuff on them. Perfect. Do you need to download Ability Arena on Steam? No. Ability Arena it's in the Dota 2 here, actually. You can see it. It's in the arcade. Just click on the arcade tab up there on the top, and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, Spirit Lance was a little bit annoying too. That was another one that I'm gonna probably play some more of now. I'm much more excited about these spell changes than I am about the heroes. New damage and healing bars. Oh, finally got some polish with it. You'll also be able to view the damage received and total healing. Good, good, good. Still have a few small things to tweak with the UI going forward, but I hope you enjoy the new functionality overload look. Balance. Let's go over a few of the balance changes. I think it's best to group them. Specific mechanics missing. Searing Arrow's damage goes up to 80. Searing Arrow's super damage bonus from 0 to 50 to 0. Searing Arrow super now grants MKB. Oh my god. Oh, okay, so that's why they're doing all these things that give you True Strike. That's what it is. That's what's going on. True Strike did not exist outside of Gaben for Boundless Strike. That has now been addressed via these two skills. That is not true, Suns fan. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I believe you forgot about a 1 Walrus Punch. Hello? All right, I'm being a butthead. But it is true that Walrus Punch was the other form of True Strike they had. Are there anti-healing abilities aside from Shiva's granted by Rot? Yeah, Rot does do it. Way too strong. Eye of the Storm radius from 800 to 500. That needed to happen. No longer grants +1 strike. Now grants bonus 0.2 second strike interval. Fine. Eye of the Storm Gaben no longer grants -1 strike interval. Okay. Yeah, Eye of the Storm scaled incredibly well, and it also was really good just at the early levels. It was the best spell I feel like in the game almost. Pulse Nova damage from 70 scale to 210 to 50 scale to 150. Wow. That is a significant drop off at the later levels. Pulse Nova super damage went from 60 to 120. Okay, so the reason they're doing this is that 3 points in Pulse Nova was too good, and they wanted to make it so that you had to invest more to get that full value. And that's an interesting, like, in general thing, right? That the scaling of the third point can be so valuable that for 9 gold, essentially, you get the same value out of that as you would out of some supers, probably, right? And that's just because some of the, like, I think specifically for Pulse Nova in Dota, Leshrac is balanced around the fact that he uses so much mana, and then he has to invest into Boots of Travel to be able to headbone back home and then go back out onto the map again afterwards, right? You basically expend your whole mana pool and then you head back home and refill it again. And that's kind of the way that you play Lesh for a lot of people. Or like some form of that, you know? But the idea that every round you just get to, like, refresh it, though those spells are balanced around Dota, not balanced around Ability Arena, and so you have to tweak them. Yeah, they don't normally just group up Blood Rush, exactly. Pulse Nova Super. So Rolling Boulder Super plus 2 seconds to +1. That made sense. Yes. These spells were simply just too strong. Some of these spells were not strong initially in the initial internal beta, and we clearly overbuffed them. Quality of life. Battle Trance Gaben replaced and changed to Grant Rampage, which now cast off cooldown. Oh, so you immediately cast Grant Page. Focus fire effects. Try not attacking you cast on. I don't like the word there, to try. I don't like that. I don't like to try. Just make it happen. Focus Fire Super now also grants Maelstrom. That's really good, because Focus Fire was like the spell that if you got to Gaben version of it was amazing, but Super felt so bad, right? You just got the, like, the reduced damage reduction, which didn't matter. You know, it's like, okay, well, I kill that hero faster, but then I don't have the attack speed to go to the next one anyways. Now you have a Maelstrom, so you can sort of make use of just regular attacks a little bit too. I like that. That's good. Impetus mana costs from from 75 to 60. Okay. Impetus cooldown 0 at all levels. That's good. That should happen. Venom Strike cast range to 1500. Wow. But bad in certain situations. We hope these changes have remedied that. An actual reason to upgrade. Okay. So quality of life, way too strong. This is an actual reason to upgrade. Blink Super now also makes next ability cast after Blink have a 50% CDR. That's cool. That's just cool. I like that a lot. Probably means if focus fired unit phases out of existence, Omni Slight tricks, they will retarget. No, they will go back. Yeah, I think so. Burrow Strike super changed gives Sand King Shard. Okay. All right, I like that. That sounds pretty good too. I wonder what level of epicenter it's going to be. I don't know if it matters, but that's an interesting one too. Like, do you get level 3 epicenter pulse? Do you get level 1? What's the difference there actually in terms of damage? I guess the damage is only 10, so it goes damage for pulse 110 to 130, and it scales more based upon giving you more pulses instead of by increasing the damage out of it. Okay, so that doesn't really matter then. Chronosphere duration from 4 seconds to go into 5 to 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you didn't need to get Chrono leveled up, really. It wasn't a big thing. Chronosphere super attack speed from 120 to 200. New TI patch. Now this is ability arena, the real TI. Chronosphere super attack speed gain from 120 to 200. I kind of wish that they would give it to allied heroes too, so that way you can have like summons in the Chrono be doing damage. That'd be pretty sweet. I think I'm one of the only people that really cares about Chrono being used with summons. I feel like I don't see anybody else doing that build. Demonic Purge Super is now grants 3 charges. That's good. With Gaben and everything. There you go. And then the Purges give you the 3 charges of Cleanse. Okay. Yeah, because Demonic Purge was like really hard to be good until it got to Gaben. And now it's going to be good at Super. I'm probably going to want to play with some Demonic Purge. We generally don't like spells to be 1-point wonders. We also thought this would be a good time to bolster some of the less sought after supers in the game, for sure. More consistent with Dota, Flesh Golem now makes units become melee for its duration. Probably needed to happen. Heavily increased strength from 8 scone to 38 to 8 scone to 32 because they changed the spell. And reactive armor super from +6 stack limit to +12 stack limit. Left Flesh Golem, but it wasn't being used in the way we originally intended. Now it works more consistently with what you would expect in regular Dota. Fine, fine, fine. Life Break Super now deals 100% of damage to self to enemies. Okay. Patch review. I mean, I just want to read through it all and see what happened. Overload charges now stack, and all other charges are released on first auto attack. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Deals 100% of damage of. I feel like Super now deals 100% of damage to self to enemies. So it does that on top of what you would normally do? Okay. And I think that what this means is that if you like throw out, if you get like 4 charges of Overlord all at the same time, like you're spam spelling, and then you go with an attack, you'll do all the overloads in one big punch. So you could potentially have 2 at a time. If you have like static, if you have Arc Lightning, you cast Arc Lightning once, you go for a right click it, and then while the Arc Lightning is in the air, you can, or while the right click's in the air, you can cast another Arc Lightning, and then it'll be 2 instances of Overload that hit, I think. Oh yeah, multicast also. They'll change Smart to nerf the damage in advance. Yeah. The damage goes down. Interesting. Overload AoE from 350 to 300. Sharpshooter game replaced and changes to decrease cooldown of Sharpshooter by 20 cents for every unit that dies under the debuff. Wow. So you can get multiples of those. That's kind of crazy. Under the debuff. Huh. So probably you can get 2 of them out in a fight. I don't think you'd be able to get more than 2. But you have to just hit your shot, I guess. These are some crazy ideas we had. We're just looking forward to all the cool combos you all come up with. Overload Phone 1 because I wouldn't know what they should do. wouldn't know that they should attack after each spell, similar to what Storm wants to do, as always just have the damage stick and release whenever the auto attack does land. Doesn't look at here with many low cooldown abilities. Agreed. Doesn't super overload to get teammates give you. Doesn't super give overload to teammates so you can spam and give people a ton of overload? Yes. Class here as before I can try patch. I know it's rip. All right, monetization, gold per game. State publicly miscalculate how much gold and XP should be getting per game. The XP given is too high while the gold is too low. We won't change the XP system until next season, but the gold has already been changed. We've doubled it for everyone and doubled it again for plus subscribers. Why is it playing again? Yeah, it was incredibly loud. Sorry, my bad. We've doubled it for everyone, doubled again for plus subscribers. So if you win, you'll get 100 gold, 200 of the plus. This is a combination of quests. Should make it easier to unlock chests regularly. We, of course, will continue to monitor how these changes are being received. We'll make more changes the coming season if necessary. How to obtain golden gods, recycle systems. Basically, you duplicate god in the chest, receive 20% of the gold. You increase the tally of your collection by 1. Once you get 10 duplicates of the same god, you would unlock a golden conversion forever. This system had issues, including but not limited to the fact that you could literally never get a golden card for a free god since they never drop from the chest. That's a good point. Instead of collecting 10 points, we changed it so you need 100. Gain a duplicate version god will give you 5 points. Gain the top 4 finish, the god will give you 1 point. Oh, okay. We're investigating a new god pick system that will make unlocking new gods feel better. We haven't finalized anything yet, but we'll have something done by season 2 in November. Speaking of season 2, there's a lot more cool stuff coming that we can't wait for you to see. With each season, we'll have more god spells and cosmetics. Thank you for reading. We expand this box for a treat. What is a gold? Is a god chest. Promo code read to win. To claim, just play a game ability rate and enter the promo code in the bottom left of the store tab. Yo, let's do it. Read to win, bottom left of the store tab. We read to win. Oh my god! Wait, hold on. There's more patch notes. Okay. 2 free gods. General added a ready button. AI fixes. Leaderboard. Blue border around gold plus. Update main tooltip. Search word gods. Boomer. Bloodseeker. We've read all this. Spells. Added flesh heap. Astral spirit. Blood rage. Bench Dragon's Blood. Okay, so Dragon's Blood is gone. No more Boundless Strike, so you don't get True Strike from that anymore. No more Lucent Beam is big. Arc Lightning fixed from bouncing on a unit that is alone. I don't know what that means. Master Super now also grants Mage Slayer. That's big. Battle Trance Gaben replaced and changed to Grant Rampage. Black Hole re-enabled, so Black Hole's back in. Blink Super now makes next ability cast have a 50% CDR. So Blink is much better now. So was oh wait, no, is this Blink Super or is this Blink Strike Super? I think this is supposed to be Blink Strike Super. Medusa, hello. Burrow Strike gives the shard. Chaotic Offering re-enabled. The attack damage from 20 scaling to 60 to 0/0 still deals damage with the 2 passive abilities. Okay, so Chaotic Offering Golem doesn't do any more with that, but it still has the Fists of Flame ability. Chronosphere goes up, but the big thing is having the stun back. I think that's the most important part of it. Are you sure it's Quad Blink? Because they said Blink. Look, this says Blink Super now makes ability cast have its 50 CDR, but then up here. Oh, never mind. Okay. No, I thought it was Blink Strike. Wait, didn't they talk about Blink Strike? Am I crazy? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Well, they did have whatchamacallit before. Show it as read to win. Yeah. Let's see. Chronosphere duration, Calling Blade, movements, mana cost from 60, scale to 180, 60, 140. That's good. Demonic Purge Super, change, Double Edge, strength as damage from 60 scale to 120 to 7 scaling to 190. And then super strength is damage from 40 to 0%. Wow. Okay. Eye of the Storm got wrecked. Max stacks 5 to 4. Duration 12 to 8. Attack speed 20 scale to 50 to 30 scale to 65. So it is a little bit better, but you lose a stack. These are probably more in tune with Dota now. Is that right? Super attack speed up to 20. And then Gaben grants 2 stacks per cast instead of 1. So you get to your casts faster. And I think that you also, it's unlimited stacks, isn't it? Dude, Fiery Soul might be broken. Is Fiery Soul unlimited? I don't remember if it is. That might be Warpath instead. Flesh Golem now makes units become melee. Yep. Focus Fire. Frost Shield super duration from 4 to 2. Oh, right. Yeah, plus 2 seconds. It's only 2 seconds total. I think Frost Shield is still very good. Ghost Ship damage reduction from 20 scale to 40 to 10 scale to 30, and then grants 10% damage reduction. Oh, okay. So 10% of it's just damage reduction, but you lose some of the damage reduce. Because this is supposed to be damage delay, and then this is supposed to be just flat reduction then. Interesting. Heavenly Grace Strength changed. Impetus 0. Infernal Blade super now breaks. That's really good. Holy shit. How did they not talk about that? Infernal Blade super breaking is nuts. Multi-shot super additionally reduces cooldown by 10 seconds. That's big. Omni Slash duration lasts a little bit longer. Bonus attack damage scales better, but is worse early. Search radius from 275 to 375. That's pretty big. Overcharge, 10 seconds. Max health is regen up to 2. 2%. Overlord charges now stack, and all charges are released on the first 2 auto attacks. Yep. AoE, Phantom Strike, cast range from 15. Poison. That's what it was I was looking at. Poison attack, Tricordescent. I didn't really love this, but it's actually pretty good looking now. Up to 14% is nuts. Magic resist resistance plus 8 to plus 10. Pulse Nova is worse at the 3-point level. Active Armor Super from plus 6 to plus 12. Resonant Pulse Gaben uses the second silence only when the first one is done. Okay. Super plus 2 to plus 1. Sacred Arrow now correctly insta kills creeps. Good. Max stun duration from 3.2 is going to 5 to 3.7 is going to 5.5. Wow. Syrian Arrows is way better now. Now cast other things while channeling. Sharpshooter, you can now cast other things while channeling is insane. How is that not talked about? You know why this happened? Because Suns fans freaking love Sharpshooter. That's how it happened. Sleight of Fist Super now priced with Gresselator. True Strike. On Super, having True Strike is nuts. And then 2 charges is at Gaben. Okay, that's why. Stone Gaze Super now grants 15% extra physical damage amp. Tricks that Trade Super now grants Battle Fury instead of giving 100% cleave. That's cool. Super has been changed to allow it to stack infinitely. Gaben's charge plus 5% lifesteal per stack. Wow. Warpath is kind of interesting here. This is where spells are being cast while stunned. I think I'm gonna do like a Warpath like bristleback build with like quills, but then instead do Sleight of Fist. I've been thinking about that one for a while. Body tiers. Broodmother moved up to a B tier. Lifestealer D to C. That's good. Jug from C to B. Luna B to C. Venge A to B. Medusa A to B. Sniper A to B. Marana A to S. Or S to A. That's good. And OD S to A. Those all seem good to me. All right. Good stuff. Let's get into it. Let's play a game.